All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. In the last video, we went through the CSS for our second version of the to-do list in a little bit of detail. Actually, we did that and we got into the JavaScript, I guess, the last two videos. That's what we've been doing. So I want to go back into this. And I think the index.html is done. I think the styles.css is done. So I'm in my script here. And I wanted to add some new code. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but I'm putting it here. All right. And this is going to be a function to display the delete confirmation. It's modal, meaning it'll just be up there as long as you need it, and it's an overlay. We're putting it over what's there previously. So function show confirm. Now this is actually going to have a couple things passed into it known as parameters. It's going to have task text, and that's the task name that we want to display inside, and also on confirm. That's the callback that's going to be executed if the user clicks yes. All right, so we want to locate the overlay backup and the message element inside the dialog. So the first one will say const overlay equals document dot get element by ID, and again we want this confirm overlay. Hello. And we've got a const. This is going to be a message element. Let's just call it MSGELELE. Message lm equal, again, document dot get element by ID, and this will be the confirm message. All right, now we want to truncate long task names. If we don't do that, the dialog box could overfill. We're only making it so big. And these tasks shouldn't have to have that long a name anyway. So tasks that are longer than 50 characters are going to be cut. And we'll cut them to 47, and then we'll put a ... afterwards, an ellipsis, to meaning that they go on. So if it's greater than 50, the question mark means that we want to do this. So we want to go from 0 through 47, and then we want to add to that a ... All right. Otherwise, so that's where the colon comes in. We just want the task text. So in other words, if it's greater than 50, cut it at 47 and put ... afterwards. Otherwise, just show the whole thing. And this message element just show it. All right, next we want to make the overlay visible. And the way we do that is we say there, make it visible. Now we want to locate the yes and no buttons inside of the dialog. Remember, we want to put a button in there that says yes if we do want to delete it and no if we don't. Okay. Now, what we want to do, this sounds a little bit complex, but what we want to do here is we want to clone or make a copy of both buttons to strip out any event listeners attached by a previous show confirm. We don't want to be having it fire back. So in other words, if we did a yes, we want it deleted. That's all we want to have happen. If we did a no, we want it not to be deleted, and that's all that we want to have happen. All right. I'm not spelling it right, Jeff. Then we want to replace the original buttons with the clones. Now, if the user clicked yes, we want to hide the overlay, and then remove the corresponding list item. On the other hand, if the user clicked no, hide the overlay, and did not delete anything. Maybe they chose the wrong one. They didn't mean to remove that one, or whatever it is. And I believe I need a semicolon here, and I need a semicolon here. Almost finished here. Finally, we want to allow the user the opportunity to dismiss the dialog. All right. So basically, we just want to try to handle any case, for lack of better words, regardless of what the user might do. So we only want to remove this if the user actually clicked on the backdrop itself. Hold on a second. All right, didn't think you'd have to hear the grandfather clock chiming in the background. So if the target is the overlay, and we're just cleaning it up, for lack of better words. All right. Finally, we're almost finished here. We want to set the focus to the no button when the dialog opens. It's kind of done for safety reasons. And I'm hoping that's it. Unless I made some mistakes. Tried to put in a bunch of comments in here, but let's just see what happens. In fact, I don't want to save as here. Let's do a file. Save all. Let's go back to here and let's run this. I think I've got a thing on it running already, so let's rerun it. All right. Well, I didn't. That should have not been showing. But let's try it anyway. So let's see. Walk the dog. All right, it's adding. That's good. Delete. Well, that sure didn't work right. Let's try it again. Let's try buy groceries. Well, this isn't doing anything. This is working, but it's not asking the user. So something is hosed. try to fix it. And I don't know where I am in here. Let's see, button. Whoops. We are at, okay, we're about at 16 minutes. So what's left in here is to finish this, as you might have guessed. And I don't think that's going to take real long. I could be wrong here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pause so I don't have to create a new short video. So just give me a second here if you would, please. All right, it's getting there. A couple things that I found, taking a quick look. This had the wrong name. It should have been confirm overlay, and it wasn't called that. This was called confirm subject in here, as you can see, but I had it originally confirm sub. Okay. And finally, there was something wrong in here too. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I made sure it was subject here and subject there. Now, the good news is that made it better. The bad news is it still isn't working completely. When I save this, and then when I come in and I save this, and let's run a brand new version of this, there seems to be a lack. Oops, try that again. That's the way it's supposed to look, and that's good. Now, if I come in here and say walk the dog, boom, it puts it in. Perfect. But when I click delete, it just deletes it. So there is not a communication that's taking place between the, it's not bringing up the overlay. All right. So I'm going to go and take a look at that. Come back. I thought that would be this would be the last video we'd have in this particular one, but it's not. So I'll come back and continue on in the next video, I guess. Thanks.